If you find yourself still carrying the raw ache of having been unseen as a child, and that old invisibility still lives in your body as shame, stay here for a moment. Take a slow breath and arrive here. You do not need to analyze anything. Let the words land where they land. Your body will take what it needs. And begin. I feel deeply hurt and humiliated by the lack of attention I received as a child. I feel like my need for attention and connection was seen as something shameful or annoying. I feel like I was invisible even when people were physically around me. I feel like I was trapped in a kind of fog where I could hear life happening around me, but it never reached me. I felt like my presence did not matter. I felt like no one felt joy or interest in being with me. I felt frustrated and angry, but I had to swallow those feelings. I felt like I had to freeze myself and become quiet in order to survive in that environment. I still carry a sense of humiliation for having needed attention and not receiving it. I want to feel that my existence matters and that my need for connection is natural. I recognize that these are experiences, memories, and feelings arising within my awareness. They are visitors passing through, not the truth of who I am. Even though a part of me still carries this deep hurt and humiliation from being unseen as a child, and it feels like my need for connection was shameful, I acknowledge this is just a painful pattern of thought and feeling arising in my awareness. It is an old wound passing through, not my permanent or true self. Why wasn't I worth looking at? I felt like a ghost in my own home. Their eyes would go right through me. I learned to make myself smaller so I wouldn't be a burden. It hurts to remember how alone I felt in a room full of people. Notice how this sits in your chest. I thought if I was just quiet enough, maybe someone would notice me. But no one ever did. I feel that burning knot of anger in my throat. I had to swallow it down until it turned cold inside me. Breathe into the heaviness in your stomach. I am so tired of carrying this shame for simply wanting to be loved. Maybe there was something wrong with me. Perhaps I was born wrong. Let the body soften a little. I feel that frantic, desperate need to be seen, and then the humiliation for needing it at all. It feels like I am screaming underwater and no one can hear. I am observing this part of me that still feels so desperately hungry for a crumb of attention. I notice the thought that I am annoying for even being here. I feel the exhaustion of freezing myself for so long. I notice the tightness in my jaw from holding back all those words I was never asked to say. I am aware of this part of me that still believes I have to earn the right to exist. I can feel the loneliness living in my bones. And now, just for a moment, I can notice that I am the one noticing this. I am aware of these feelings, but I am not only these feelings. I am here, breathing, watching these old sensations pass through. I am willing to simply stay here with this ache, without needing it to leave. I can remain present while these old feelings move through my body, knowing I am still here, still whole. I am not collapsing into this pain, I am the steady space that holds it. Underlying beliefs. Perhaps I believe that my existence is an imposition on others. It is possible that I carry the belief that my needs are annoying and shameful. Maybe I believe that in order to be safe, I must be invisible and silent. I might hold the conviction that no one could feel joy or interest in simply being with me. It could be that I believe my presence does not matter or change anything. Perhaps I believe that anger and frustration are too dangerous to express and must be swallowed. Maybe the emotional mechanism at play is preemptively hiding myself to avoid the pain of being unseen yet again. It is conceivable that my ego learned to find a twisted safety in being the invisible one, the one who asks for nothing. I recognize these are patterns of thought learned from a past environment. They are strategies my mind adopted to survive, but they are not the truth of who I am. The outdated identity I have been carrying is that of the invisible child who must stay frozen and quiet to survive. This is a role I am outgrowing, as it is no longer needed to protect me. Adult self, gently turn toward your inner child. I am sorry to my inner child, who had to swallow their anger and frustration just to survive. I am sorry to my inner child who felt like life was happening behind a glass wall that you could never reach. I am sorry that your need for connection was met with shame, and that you learned to hide yourself because of it. I am sorry you felt invisible, and that no one seemed to feel joy in your presence. Your feelings were a natural response to a cold environment, and you did nothing wrong. Inner child speaks. You see me, you're really looking at me. It feels strange, but maybe a little safe, to not be alone in this. Adult speaks. I give you permission to heal from this old loneliness. I give you permission to forgive the adults who could not see you. I release any guilt and shame you have been carrying for simply needing love. I honor our journey together, through the fog and into this moment of connection. You are safe to let go and simply be yourself now. I am here, the grown-up, and I will always protect you. These heavy feelings are just visitors passing through, they are not the truth of you. Now that we've felt and honored the experience, allow understanding and light to arise naturally. Message from Higher Self. Your worth was never dependent on being seen by others. You were worthy of attention and love the moment you arrived, and that worth has never diminished. The belief that your needs were shameful was an illusion born of a family system that could not meet you. It was their limitation, not your flaw. The truth is, your presence matters simply because you are here. You do not have to earn the right to exist or to be seen. The fear, the humiliation, the anger are all just weather passing through the sky of your awareness. They are temporary appearances. The true self, the one noticing all of this, has always been whole, untouched by the fog, and completely free. The ask. Inner child. I give myself permission to feel the warmth of being noticed, right here in my chest, just for a moment, without having to do anything to earn it. I allow myself to feel the ground beneath me, and know I am allowed to take up this space, just by breathing. Adult self. I choose to remain present with this inner child, as we simply allow the sensation of being here together, without needing to fix the past. I can stay connected to my own steady breath, while this new feeling of visibility is gently explored, even if it only lasts a second. Higher self. I allow this experience of being seen and accepted to unfold in its own time, in the body, without forcing it to be complete or perfect. I release all control over how and when this healing expresses itself, trusting that awareness remains stable and whole, while these sensations simply arise and pass. Bridge into your new reality. I used to feel that my presence was a burden, and now I notice a subtle shift where simply being here feels a little more allowed. Where there was once a cold, frozen stillness in my body to survive, there is now the faintest sensation of warmth and permission to simply breathe openly. I felt trapped behind a wall where life could not reach me, and now I notice a slight softening, as if the wall has a window and I can feel the air from the other side. Reclaim your power. I now have the power and the choice to release the old belief that I was invisible, recognizing it was a story from the past, not a permanent truth. I reclaim my right to take up space and to feel my presence matter, and I witness this choice from the part of me that has always been capable and whole. Seeing it done. I imagine myself now moving through my day, and my presence is simply a natural part of the environment. I am not performing or hiding. I see myself sitting with others, and there is no urgency to be seen, no desperate hunger. There is just a quiet, steady comfort in my own skin. I notice my breath is easy, my shoulders are soft, and I can hear my own voice speaking without it feeling like an effort. The world around me feels closer, more reachable, and I am part of it. I am finally at home in my own body, and the old fog has lifted, replaced by a simple, clear sense of being here. My need for connection feels as natural and unremarkable as breathing, and I give and receive warmth without a trace of shame. I can feel the joy of another person's company washing over me easily, knowing I deserve to be here as much as anyone else. It feels completely ordinary and safe to be seen. It is undramatic and natural to simply exist and be present with others. Now experience a new future. The moment arrives, I am in a room with other people. Normally the fog would descend, the freezing would begin, but this time is different. I notice my feet on the floor. I feel the ground solid and real beneath me. My breath comes in easily, a slow wave in my chest. I am aware of the space around me. I see the light in the room. I hear voices, and instead of feeling like they are on the other side of a wall, I notice they are just sounds in the same air I am breathing. I feel a slight warmth in my hands. My jaw is soft, not clenched. A thought arises, they might not see me. I notice the thought. It is just a thought. My body does not freeze. My stomach remains calm. I feel my heart beating, steady and regular. It is not racing to be noticed. It is just beating because I am alive. I am not shrinking. My shoulders stay where they are, not curling inward. I feel the air fill my lungs completely, and I let it go without effort. Someone speaks near me. I do not flinch. I simply hear it. I notice I am still here in my body, present. The old feeling of invisibility tries to surface, but I feel a warm, steady presence within me, the adult holding the space. The child inside relaxes a little more. I feel a gentle expansion in my chest. There is room for me here. I do not need to speak or be silent. I can just be. I look around and see faces. They are just people. I am just a person. It is simple. It is safe. I feel a wave of ease wash through my shoulders and down my back. My body is learning it can be here without hiding. The moment continues to move, and I move with it effortlessly. There is no performance. There is no collapse. There is just this, me here, breathing, present. A soft feeling of completion settles in my chest. A quiet satisfaction. It feels normal. It feels like this is simply how it is to be me now. The fog has cleared, and I can feel the warmth of life reaching me. Allow this felt sense to continue integrating naturally in the body and in life. Take a deep breath, feel the shift, and smile. Let this settle gently. There's nothing you need to do right now. You can return to this whenever you feel called. Be gentle with yourself.